IAR systems specialize in internet security. We know our systems are vulnerable, but as consumers, we welcome Wi-Fi-enabled products into our homes to run the heating, program the dishwasher, control our cars. And as the web opens more doors into our homes, our companies and our infrastructure, the regulation lags far behind. IAR systems say we're simply not taking this seriously. I'm Andrew Wilson, and I'm here in Davos to talk to them about the trust or lack of it in cyberspace. Hey, Richard, thanks for coming in. Good to talk to you. First of all, give me a brief overview of IAR.
IAR systems has been around for 40 years, and we provide the tools and the solutions to secure and develop embedded applications in anything that requires a semiconductor. So there might be 500 semiconductors in a car that's programmed with our tools. We believe that, or we think that you or any individual interact with a system that's been programmed with our stuff at least 30 times a day.
You were recently part of a joint statement of support on consumer IoT device security. Is that right? Tell me a bit about that.
Yes, we've been supporting announcements from the World Economic Forum around the requirements for hygiene in IoT devices and the need to move from an Internet of Things to an Internet of Trust. And that really requires 5 key requirements. These are coming through into legislation around the world, but really are in their gestation phases. I think ultimately it's very misguided. Hope is not really an option in this domain. We need to have proper legislation, proper implementation to ensure that all of the individual systems that we rely on are secure. Everything has electronics in it today, practically, and all of those systems are open to use and abuse, and how we manage that is critical. At the moment, it's highly fragmented, and people are doing a lot of what we would call homebrew, trying to find ways to meet the emerging legislation. So we have to have better tools, better platforms for achieving this, in the same way that IAR, we already work with a huge range of the industry around development of embedded and IoT systems. And what we want to do is to bring security directly into that flow, ensuring that security is there from the birth of the device and not added on.
There's always been a trend in technology that unfortunately we in the technology industry tend to try to complicate things. Whether there is an issue, immediately you will find which I would call the complexity kings entering the conversation. And we need to make security simple. It needs to be very simple.
And as Richard says, it is very complex, but it shouldn't be, and it doesn't have to be. We have to make security simple and consumable by every organization. And we do that by breaking it down, making sure that every node, every moat in the system can be secured. We will continue to see compromises moving forward based on existing solutions, because we can't simply replace all of the electronics in the world around us today. But I think we are confident that we can move past that quite rapidly. And I think the key thing for that is that people are starting to understand that security is not a cost. Security is a value in the system. It protects the brand, it protects the customers, but most importantly, it also protects the service which is being run on top of that. And that is where more and more revenue is being generated. That protection of the service and the capabilities means that security moves from being a cost, an afterthought, something which people try to avoid, to actually being far earlier in the conversation